Welcome back to my page, my stream, my whatever, my recording. You know, first I wanted to give a shout out for these chips by Ruffles. Man, these joints are banging. They've had them out for about a year now, and I just be wanting to tell people, but I never have a bag on me because I eat all that mess. So, they probably the best chips Ruffle done had out since cheddar and sour cream, man. That's 10 plus years. So, that's some real good stuff right there. Real good. And I just can't get enough of them, yo. I can eat these things all night long and still be munching on some in the morning. Roll over, open up a bag, and keep it rolling. Man, these jokers they something else, yo. They good. But I wanted to talk about that before we got into something a little bit more serious. So we got this story here coming out of Pritchard. Don't get me lying about the state, but it's something I wanted to address in the black community, and that's the fact that the black community has some really, really hard upbringings and how we look at life itself. You have to be hard, you have to succeed. Even when women are complaining about, or people just complaining about sitting at home, dudes doing nothing, women sitting at home doing nothing, things like that. In the black community, your friends will rag on you. They busting jokes. Your girl won't stay with you. She'll let me hit that. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't got no job. So you never know the stress that any particular person is going through, and this right here is an example of that. And it's sad, man. It's sad. You have a young lady, had her entire life ahead of her, and it's gone just that quick. Beautiful young lady staying with a from all accounts an abusive dude. Come on, women, y'all turn down good men to be with bums. They bums, yo. I don't care how they look, how they dress, they bums. Quit turning down these good men to be with bums. I mean, it's practically nothing else I can say about it. People are when people tell you, you getting beat up and everything else, yo, stay bums. Get away from them. Quit going for the flash and go for the substance. So evidently what went down was let me read you out this little section on 10/3/2019. At approximately 12:19 hours, officers responded to the gated address in reference to shot fired in the area. Upon their arrival at this location, it was quickly observed that there were multiple victims suffering from gunshot wounds. A black male subject, they get a gentleman's name, and a black female subject, they give her name. I'm not gonna say the names. That's just something I don't do. I'm not gonna name drop nobody, regardless of him or her. It's just not something I'm really into. Were both pronounced dead on the scene, while a third victim was transported to USA Hospital for treatment of a gunshot injury to the chest. Upon speaking with several witnesses, this incident appears to be domestic related and will probably be investigated as a murder-suicide. We will also be seeking counseling through mobile child advocacy for the female victims, young children who were inside the vehicle at the time this incident happened and watched their mother get gunned down. The case is still ongoing. This is craziness, people. This is absolute craziness. So for all accounts and purposes, this was by a lot of witnesses considered to be a very abusive relationship, and it had been abusive for some time. Now the guy was don't know what he's undergoing, but of course they're investigating into it. But there's been some information that's come out possibly that he had actually been texting one of his friends shortly before he did what he did. Come on, people. If your friend is going to do something like this, please call someone. Step in. We are proactive about getting money, and we're not proactive about keeping ourselves alive. You're not proactive about protecting your own. But let us say somebody said it had been $100. You'd been running outside, tripping over each other. It'd have been a real crazy look. And it's getting to the point it's just hard to trust anybody, because nobody will tell you there's a ditch in front of you while you walking down the road. That's craziness. They just look the other way, pull out their video phones, pull out the cameras, take pictures, snapping shots. Look, watch this dude. He about to walk off. We about to walk off this cliff. Open your mouths, people. This young lady did not have to die. She didn't. It hurts me, like, to my soul, that people are so uninterested in what other people have going on that they just turn and look the other way. If this report is true, that this guy was texting one of his friends, then I thoroughly believe that friend should be held liable partly for this woman's death, because that guy knew exactly what was about to happen. I mean, you can go on and look it up and try to locate the messages, but I didn't even want to put the messages up here. I just don't even like promoting that stuff. I don't like promoting non-action, because that's what it is. When you talking about money, you jumping, like I said, you jumping up, jumping out the window. When you talking about saving a life, all you had to do was call somebody. Nah, it ain't my problem. Come on, people. We got to do better than this. Like I said, it's just getting to the point where you just want to be, you just can't trust nobody. And that's where I'm getting to. And I'm hoping and praying that these people find some sort of closure, because they can't really find justice, because the gentleman who committed the acts is already dead. So hopefully they'll find some kind of closure, and this will be an example to our community that there was something wrong with him, but there was also something wrong with her for staying with him. So hopefully we can, as the story develops, I may come back to it. I just wanted to speak on the mental thinking of our community and try to get some people to just stand up. One lone voice in the wilderness, but I'm on YouTube. I'm not a lone voice. We have dozens and dozens of people talking about this. So with each voice that stands up, eventually it's going to be a mob. When the mob stands up, we finally going to be heard to our own community. Forget everybody else. We got problems in our own community that need fixing. All right, folks, I don't do nothing fancy with mine. I just post pictures, and I'm gonna show you where it's coming from, and that's about it. I just don't feel like doing all the extra stuff. I'm not flashing because you all aren't dear, and I'm just gonna give it to you. That's it. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you all later.